Hello everyone, Versa90 here with some more megazord goodness. So today we're on to issue 13 to 16, so let's get this started. So we'll get started with this bad boy. Righty then. So these are the parts that came with it. Right, we'll do that and do that. Now under one of these, unless it's under both, we'll double check just to be on the safe side. Nope, just under one. So do that. Get all these screws out. Righty then. So is this one over here that we need first. So that there and that there, like so. I didn't even screw in yet. That's alright. Let's just get that happen. Just making sure that is fully attached. Like that. Like so. Then of course we do this side. Let's see if there's any gaps. Nope, no gaps in this section. So let's get this biting. And then get this bit biting. There you go. There you go, no gaps. So now we're sticking these bad boys on and it's finding out which one's which. So probably that one. Just one of these two. That one. And in that case, it should be this one. I believe. Nope. It's this one. Just double check on this side. Yep, all plugged in. Do that. Push that in, and there's that issue. We're getting it, we're getting it. Grab this here and stick it into the little container. Don't want to lose any screws just in case we need them in the future, which again I doubt it. That should be everything that's on there, like so. And then we're going on to the next issue. So move that out of the way. We'll be obviously needing him because we're doing him today. And we're on to number 14. Nearly said 13 now. Now then. It's that trunky trunk. We'll do it that way. Righty. So it would be this bad boy. And let me just see here. Okay. So this bad boy, and it would be this bad boy, I believe. One with the actual little tip on the end. Goes in there. I wonder, is this magnetic? Oh, they're not. Oh well. Then this will go into here. Like so. Then of course we get this one. And we do it again. Do that. And then last but not least, we stick this bit on the end. Nope, doesn't want to come out that way. There you go. That's all that. Now we swap it around that way and we find the correct side, which is this bit, because this has got to be on the bottom. So that will click into there, like that. We get the next bit, which would be this bit, which would again click into these two little gaps on that side, and then it would be this bit clicking into these two gaps on that side, and then it would be this bit which would click into this bit, like so. Of course we then do this side. By the looks of it, this bit doesn't actually need screwing in. None of it looks like it actually needs screwing in, which is pretty sweet. I love it when it does this, where it just like clicks together. Like so. This is probably where we're going to need to glue a bit, but we'll see. So, get those two out. That goes into there, and that goes into there. I'm going to quickly go and glue the top of this together. Like that. Then this bit goes on that way, like that. And there you go. We got the trunk. Looking epic. Okay. Now we glue. We don't glue it on. So you only get 2 screws with this one, and you only need 1 screw. It is nice that they give you some extra screws just in case as you go to do it you lose one. I love it when they do that, because at least that way you know that you've got that screw still. For example, I dropped it there, that could have landed on the floor or something. You know what I mean? So it's a good thing that they give you extra bits and bobs just in case. That reminds me, we did receive an email. The yellow megazord. The yellow Zord. Basically, there was an issue with the head, which I'll show you in a minute what they're talking about. I only noticed it after I read the email. There you go. It's looking pretty sweet. And as you can see, it is pretty big as my hand's there. So yeah, we've got on to number 15 now. But before we actually do that, I do want to quickly mention something which I just remembered. So if I get this guy out. Right, so there was an error with these guys. There was an error with this. This bit, this bit, all has to be replaced. I'm not sure if you can see here, but it's slightly different colour to the yellow that we've got. It's not really all that noticeable, but I got an email stating that the colour for this was slightly wrong, so all the plastic bit around it will be replaced in a different issue. They'll be sending those 2 issues out to replace the parts that need to be replaced. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, because it means taking this thing completely apart and put it back together again. And it wasn't exactly a hassle, but it wasn't not a hassle. So I might just leave it as is without actually changing it. So let's get this little package open and get our little mastodon over here. I left them to the side by accident. I was supposed to put them over there, but oh well, what's done is done. So there's all those pieces, and that's what we've done so far. He's almost complete. He should be complete next 4 issues. He'll be complete within the next 2, should I say, after this. Oh, after these 2. Then it's on to the next Zord. So let's get this one done. So these are the stuff we do get in. So we do get the board, the wiring, of course screws, and the part for the board to go on. So this issue won't be all that much compared to the others. So we'll get this started. I will be moving out like that so you guys can see it. Alrighty then. So we want this bit out pointing down like that, and this bit pointing in that direction. And of course we need screws. Now all the screws in here are the same screws, so that's good. Slot it in there like so. We can always use the actual screwdriver to get them all out. That's not an issue. Righty. Okay. Let's get this first bit screwed in just so it's level with the other side. Right, like so, and like so. So this bit is literally just straightforward. It's just screwing the screws into these two little bits here. Then obviously it's screwing this plastic bit into the back of the actual megazord, which isn't so bad. Don't know why, but I actually find it easier screwing it like this rather than like this. I don't know why. I'm going to quickly move over to the other screwdriver possibly, I don't know yet. Seem to be having issues with this one. I don't know. Yeah, it happens. No, now it seems to be screwed in perfectly fine. I wish it would make its mind up, really. Now it's working perfectly fine. Yeah. Ah, well. There you go, nice and secured on. Right. Now, as for how this goes on, well, that's easy again. So, we've got these bits here. That's where it clips on, and that bit clips onto the center. Of course, there's nothing really in the center for it to clip onto. But this would clip on to those two bits like that. If you can see that. So where these three pegs are, I'm not sure if you can see because it's a dark colour on a dark colour, but it would basically clip on like that. So we'll get those screwed in, and then I believe the next step is to get the wire input in. I've been waiting a while for these. I can't wait for these to arrive each time. It's actually pretty sweet. The waiting, as per usual, but it's still pretty sweet because I can't wait to actually get these guys built up and everything. At the moment I am trying to balance getting this attached, which is always the fun bit. As soon as I can get one hole like that, the other side is always easier. It's always that initial part. And of course getting the screw out without the screwdriver. There you go. So yeah, it's been probably just over a month now. Even though the one I received last month wasn't actually last month's issue, it was the month before. This one technically I should be on issue 6, pack 6, but I'm only on pack 5, so it's that. Now, as for this bit, let's see which side is which. They're both practically the same thing, which is a good thing. So we got this bit that clips into the center one, right in between the two eyes here. Just see in a second. Actually, I'll show you how it looks at the moment. So you see that little bit there. This clips into there. Let's just clip that in, like so. And then this bit comes around and clips in to this bottom one, like so. Of course, we'll see to this wire, it'll probably be something like that with the wire, but we'll see to that when the time comes. And that's that for this issue. As again, I won't go through all the booklet. If you decide to get it, I'll leave that to you guys. Right, on to number 16. I just hit the mic again, poor little mic. Yes, I am a mic bunnier. I keep being a poor little mics. Sorry, little mic.
Although all these extra screws we got, we won't probably be using them because of that, just extra. It is advised you don't use anything but what you get with the pack on that issue. So the screws are basically just extra screws you get. In a way, it's a good thing because sometimes you do lose them very easily. Okay, so with this one here, you do only get the exact same screws. You don't actually get any other screws inside of it, so that's good. Makes it easier. That way there's no dividing the screws up and going, ooh, did I get the wrong screws? So let's just do that. Stick that there for the time being, like so. Move these back on top of here, although they're actually no way around. Right, anyway, it's that one there I want, and that there I want. Righty then. So this would go into there. However, I missed a bit. Hee. Good idea. Alright, so trying that again. We attach one of these little plastic beads. And we've got this here, and this bit goes into there. God, that's a bit of a tight squeeze. Just take out the camera view for a second so I can just get this put in. So I found it easier putting that in first before that, so I could just push this on, because it wasn't wanting to go in, should I say. But yeah, that's that bit. So you got it like that. We'll leave that there for a minute. It is loose, but that's only because you haven't got both bits in. So next section is this bad boy. And the way we're going to want it is that bit down, like that, and that will clip over there, and that will clip back over, like so. Now we're on to this side, which is this bit and this bit. So what I was meaning was, if you put that there, it just slides straight in. It's that easy. So you may want to try doing it that way, because I was trying to push it in with this bit attached and it just wasn't having any of it. Ooh, this time it's tighter. Anyway, there's that bit, there you go. Of course that swaps over to be the handle, and then yeah, because I wouldn't go all the way, it would be basically like that. Anyway, right, let's get this screwed in. Go like that and go like that. So yeah, this here, it's been pretty interesting so far. As for what they were saying about, try again, need to extend the screwdriver. There you go. So that bit's getting in the way. Right, I'm going to have to swap over to the other screwdriver. Always the way, isn't it? Something gets in the way. Righty. So I don't really mind this screwdriver, it's just, yeah. I prefer using the one I've got there, it's a better gripper to it. This one here has a tendency to hurt my fingers. There you go, that's all screwed in. And that bit goes into there. Like so. There you go, nice and firm. This here is pretty sweet. Right, there's that bit, and then we get onto this bit, which is one of these metal bits, and this bit. That was a pretty good guess. So what we want to do is get this in at the correct angle, like that. Grab this and put it on like that. Grabbing this and doing the same on the other side. Like that. And this bit like that. So that will allow it to spin. Of course, it's nothing either side yet to stop it from actually falling out. But that's that bit. And that is going to be all for today. So that's all 4 issues covered. I had a bit building this bad boy is a lot of fun. What we'll do is we'll continue in the next episode, and I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. Goodbye for now.